Rider-Waite pack, the Temperance card has been illustrated with a woman with 1 foot in the water, 1 foot in the land, 2 cups where the water is flowing from one cup to the other. This has generally been loosely translated as a card of balance or a card of patience. It's about tempering our emotions and our actions. In looking at the philosophy of the time, there was so much more to the meaning of the card than has been previously explained. So I completely recreated the idea of the Temperance card in the Portal to the Stars pack. The underlying meaning of this card is awareness. And it's no mistake that this card follows the Death card, because it's actually embracing the idea that souls never die, and so therefore we reincarnate when we have gone through a death process or something is finished. We actually bring those lessons forward into the next journey or into the next life. So the symbols and the depiction of this card is quite different from the original. But I've honoured the philosophy behind the Rider-Waite's system. We connect, our souls connect to our earth through spirituality above and our crown chakra. And the crown chakra is represented by the lotus flower. This lotus flower has been painted in purple because it represents royalty and spirituality. The idea of our spiritual connection is actually surrounded by 3 powerful spiritual energies. The center one is the moon, and of course in shamanism the moon is grandmother, and she balances the wisdom of the masculine and the feminine energies for humanity. So the goddess, the silver, is on the inside of the orb, and the god, the gold, is on the outside. That this energy is brought down to earth is illustrated by this leaf. It's pulling the energy down. To be caught by the cup of the septenary, or the 7 principles of man, down with an arrow towards earth. This triangle represents humanity. The goddess, the silver of Mother Earth, and the god, the gold of the sun, is brought here in connection. Sun and earth create life. The flow of the water, the energy of emotion, is represented here in perfect balance by the Fibonacci spirals. Now in mathematics we know that the Fibonacci spirals tell us that there are patterns within all life forms on Earth and through the universe. The water flows from the Earth to the universe, grounds it, and yet stays within the parameters of humanity and the understanding of humanity, but also in perfect balance. So this awareness card is still about being in balance, but it's about being aware of the balance and how important it is to make our lives as rich and as wise as we possibly can. I'm going to read the 7 principles of man because I can't really remember them, and the other thing is I'm going to write the words where they come from Sanskrit because my pronunciation is likely to be terrible. Okay, so the 7 principles of man are 1, see it on the screen, is the physical body and the use of the 5 senses that allow the wisdom to be translated. And we know in meditation, if we use touch, taste, sight, smell and hearing, we are more likely to be connected at a whole body level. It also identifies that the body dies and is the lowest form of substance. Okay. 2, Lingra Sarira, I don't know. That the body holds the aura, the astral or the etheric field that allows the flow of energy from the outside in and vice versa. Now, if you've worked with spirituality, you will know that we have a life force called the aura. Okay. Then we have prana. That's the breath of life. Now, if you've done Merkaba meditations, you'll know about prana. Also, that our pranic tube wraps around our spinal column and allows the clear connectivity to earth, spirit, and settles within our bodies. The breath of life, as all life in the universe, is an energetic interaction in physical creation. Then it's karma, and this is the desire to live, the driving force to success, to make us want to be more than just survivors. This is about us being more than what is now considered the animal world, although we've discovered that they're more than what we thought too. Manas. So this is id, the ego for the mind, the ability to think in consciousness or the personality. That's number 5. 6 is Buddhi spirit or soul. This is the ability to connect to a universal consciousness and the faculty of higher judgment, which we get through theta meditation. And 7 is Atman pure consciousness, is the cosmic self. If you feel or know that you are a star child, I am connected to all that there is, that everything that I do and think is part of the great consciousness of life. As with all cards in a major arcana or a soul journey, there are challenges. And the challenges to this awareness card is being oblivious. Are you living a mundane life, one step after the other, just to pay the bills, do the right thing, without really taking notice of whether you're happy or not? You know, whether you're doing what your sole purpose is, whether you're following your heart, you're following your desires. Are you living in duty rather than love, hope and fun? We also have environmental oblivion. When we cut forests down, we affect the quality of the air worldwide. We're wiping out species of animals and plants. When a mining company comes in and razes the ground and leaves it barren so that it won't grow anything anymore, it affects not only that area, but the surrounding areas and beyond. Awareness is so much about living the life we were meant to live, regardless of what society or anyone else thinks. So if at a soul level you are an artist, be an artist. If you are a scientist, be a scientist. If you are a mum, just be a mum and relish in the role that you've chosen, because it matches your inner self. And when we match our inner self to our outer self, we actually create this amazingly happy life.